So hi, hello, welcome back to live quiz at 7:30 p.m. Good evening to everyone. So today we are back after a little gap with a lot of difficulties, troubles with some technical issues. So now we are back to normal. So today's quiz is about Scholastic Aptitude Social Studies. So we shall see how many questions you will be able to answer. So each question will have 30 seconds as usual to give the reply or select the right choice. Quiz link is given in the description and as well as the live chat. If there is any new person, you can just click on that, enter your name, type your name and wait for the quiz to start. We shall start the quiz at 7:35 sharp. So right now we have 22 participants. So we shall wait for 3 more minutes and start the quiz. What teacher? Correct. Are you doing your work? Correct. Check it. What's that you to do? 33 participants as of now. Okay, 7:35. So we shall start without any further delay. So wish you all good luck. Let's start the show. 40 participants. So first question popping up on your screens now. If the local time at Dwarka, Gujarat to the west of India is 6 a.m., what will be the local time at Dibrugarh, Assam in the east? For 16 a.m., 6 a.m., 7:44 a.m. or 7:44 p.m. There ends the time. 38 members answered out of 43 participants. 9 members answered correctly. 7:44 a.m. is the right answer. And most of the people, 17 members, selected 6 a.m. But there is a reason behind this. Okay, if you need any explanation, you can ask me. Question number 2 on your screens now. Which of the following places in India experiences a very high diurnal range of temperature? Kolkata, Jodhpur, Chennai, or Delhi? There ends the time. 41 members made their choice out of 46 participants, and 15 members made their choice correctly. Jodhpur. Let's move on quickly to the next one. Question number 3 on your screens now. The part of the Himalayas lying between the Satluj and the Kali rivers is known as Punjab Himalayas, Kumaon Himalayas, Nepal Himalayas, or Assam Himalayas. What is the right choice? There ends the time. 43 picked it up out of 48 participants, and the leaderboard scores, we'll discuss that later. 21 members made their choice correctly. That's nice. Fourth question on your screens now. Which one of the following causes rainfall during winters in the northwestern part of India that are important for Rabi crops? Cyclonic depression, retreating monsoon, western disturbances, southwest monsoon. I think this is 7th class social, or maybe 8th class. I don't remember. There ends the time. 46 members answered, and 21 members made their choice correctly. That's very good to see. So question number 5 on your screens now. Which of the following statements is not correct about the radicals? They supported women's right to vote. They opposed the privileges of great landowners. They were completely against the existence of private property. They wanted a government based on the majority of a country's population. Time is up. 44 members answered out of 52 participants. 14 members answered it correctly. Okay, let's check the next one. Question number 5 on your screens. Here it comes. What was the fate of those people who criticized Stalin's policies? So over 2 million were put in prison or labor camps by 1939, and they were forced to make false confessions. None of these or their ideas were welcomed by the government and included in the policies. All were killed. So Stalin's policies. There ends the time. 46 members made their choice out of 54, and 19 members answered it correctly. Let's quickly move on to the next one. Question number 7. Here it comes. What was wrong with the way socialism was being practiced in the USSR, Russia? Too much money was being spent to feed the poor. Essential freedoms were denied to its citizens. Developmental projects were carried out through repressive policies. All of these. What is your choice? What do you think? There ends the time. 45 answered out of 55 participants. 21 members made their choice correctly. Question number 8 on your screens now. How did the government react to the production of opium in areas outside British territories? It decided to give up its monopoly. It instructed its agents to confiscate and destroy all opium. It started giving higher prices to peasants in its own areas. It completely stopped opium production. There ends the time. 16 members made their choice correctly. Ninth question on your screens now. ICC. You all know what is the full form of ICC. Headquarters shifted from London to. So from London, where the headquarters shifted? Is it to Sydney or India or Dubai or Singapore? Okay, there ends the time. 45 members made their choice. 27 members answered it correctly. Dubai. Moving on further. Question number 10 on your screens now. Why did the National Assembly not pass any laws for extending the rights of man to the French subjects in the colonies? The Assembly feared opposition from businessmen whose incomes depended on the slave trade. It did not consider them as French subjects. It considered them uncivilized people, or all of these. There ends the time. 45 members answered out of 58 participants, and 17 members made their choice correctly. Let's move on to the next one. Question number 11 on your screens now. Which of these positions is correct in relation to the sovereign status of India? The USA can decide India's foreign policy. USSR can support CPI and M in setting up its government here. The only Indian government can decide its internal and external policies. Pakistan can control India's armed forces. Okay. 42 members made their choice. Out of 58 participants, 31 answered correctly. That's very nice. 12th question, here it comes now. Pakistan under General Musharraf could not be called a democracy because no elections were held there, national and provisional assemblies were dismissed, army officials and Musharraf held all the powers, only some people had the right to vote. What's your choice? There ends the time. 43 answered out of 58 participants. 22 did it right. Let's move on to the next one. Question number 13. Here it comes. Which of these tricks were used by PRI to win elections in Mexico? So I have given you the abbreviation of PRI also and how it is translated in English. Institutional Revolutionary Party. There ends the time. 43 answered out of 58. 25 answered correctly. Okay, moving on to the next one. Question number 14. Which of these is incorrect in relation to democracy? It leads to delays. It gives decision-making powers to people. It ensures that the decisions of the people are good and correct. Delays affect the government's efficiency. Time is up. 43 answered out of 58 participants. 12 members made their choice correctly. 15th question on your screens now. Now, which of the following is not an instance of an exercise of a fundamental right? So read the options and pick the right one. Time is up. 42 members answered. And let's check the leaderboard score after 15 questions here. We have Pooja on the top, followed by Vinesh, Tarun, Harsha, Tirumala Nivas. 9 members made their choice correctly. Let's quickly move on to the next one. Question number 16. Here it comes now. Chronic hunger refers to what? Low income, ability to buy food for survival, inadequate quantity, or all of these? Chronic hunger. It's not leads to, it's refers to. Chronic hunger refers to. 45 made their choice out of 60. And only 7 members answered it correctly. That's what I said. Chronic hunger refers to, not leads to. Let's quickly move on to the next one. Question number 17 on your screens now. A high level of buffer stocks of food grains is very undesirable because it leads to what? Okay, deterioration of grain quality, wastage, both, or none. There ends the time. 45 answered out of 60 participants and 20 made their choice correctly. Let's quickly move on to the next one. Question number 18 on your screens now. In which of the following months does the Tamil Nadu coast get most of its rainfall? December to February, March to May, June to September, or October to November? Coastal area of Tamil Nadu. There ends the time. 44 made their choice out of 60. 19 answered it correctly. Let's quickly move on to the next one. Question number 19. Here it comes. In general, India lies in the area of which type of planetary wind? Southeast trade winds, northeasterly winds, westerlies, polar winds. Time is up. 43 made their choice within the time frame and 15 answered it correctly. Moving on quickly to the next one. Question number 20 on your screens now. Which of the following rivers originate in the central highlands and flow towards the west? Read the rivers carefully. The Sabarmati and the Mahi, the Penganga and the Mahi, the Chambai the Chambal and the Betwa, or Narmada and the Tapi. There ends the time. 45 answered out of 60. The leaderboard scores. Now, and 13 members made their choice correctly. Let's quickly move on to the next one. Question number 21. Which of the following terms is used to describe the river system of an area? Drainage basin, drainage, water divide, or sewerage system? There ends the time. 44 answered. 13 made their choice correctly. Question number 22nd on your screens now. What was the reaction of the peasants towards the collectivization program? I hope you remember who started this collectivization program. Stalin did it. So what was the right choice? There ends the time. 44 answered out of 60. 16 made their choice correctly. Moving on further, question number 23. Here it comes. The methods used to oust the Indian Americans were what? And what is the meaning of oust? It's like, driving them out of the country. Time is up. 45 answered out of 60 participants. 26 made their choice correctly. 24th one on your screens. Here it comes. What was the system of, read this carefully, Blandongdeinsten? A strange word, isn't it? Is it a system of education or industrialization or first imposition of rent on land and then exempted, or none of these? There ends the time. 45 answered out of 61. 26 answered it correctly. That's very nice. 25th question. Here it comes now. How was the freedom of speech and expression exercised in France after 1789? Time is up. 46 made their choice. 28 answered correctly. 26th question. Here it comes now. Democracy improves the quality of decision making because. Why? Decisions are taken by educated people. Decisions are taken by consultation and discussion. Decisions are taken over a long period of time. All decisions are approved by the judiciary. Democracy. Time is up. 45 answered out of 61. 20 made their choice correctly. Let's move on to the next one. Question number 27. Here it comes now. Which of these is correct in relation to the meaning of the state? Political association occupying a definite territory, having an organized government, possessing the power to make domestic and foreign policies, or all of these? There ends the time. 45 answered out of 62. Only 6 could make their choice correctly. Let's moving on to the next one. Let's move on. 28th question. Here it comes. What is meant by right? One's demand to get everything without sharing it with others, claims of a person over other fellow beings, society, and the government, not possessing any freedom, or legal, social, or ethical principles of freedom. There ends the time. 45 made their choice. 18 did it right. How does democracy allow us to correct its own mistake? Mistakes are hidden. Re-electing the same government to enable it to correct its mistake. The rulers can be changed. None of these. Time is up. 46 made their choice. 17 answered it correctly. The last and final question of the day, 30th question. Fraternity. What do you understand by fraternity? There ends the time. 45 did it and 13 made their choice correctly. Let's quickly check the results, final scores and results of today's quiz. Pooja on the third position, Tarun on the second position, and Vinesh on the first position. Congratulations. I appreciate the time and effort of each and every participant. And let's check the leaderboard scores here. We have Vinesh on the top, followed by Tarun, Pooja, Ishwar, Ankit, Harsha, Shravan, Ivy, Satvik, Root, Satvik, Sirisha, Tirmal Nivas, Pavan Teja, Partha, Akanksha, Madhulatha, Hanuman, Vinay Kumar, Anirudh, Balasri Nandak, Hari SV, Sandhya, Nikhil, Honey Sweetie, Ganesh, Kavya, Vaishnavi, B. Anirudh, M. Harsha, Shruti, Sandy, Charan Sai, Sai Srinija, Yashu, Satvi, Apurva, Naga Yashwant, B. Charan Tej, Prudhvi, B. Bharadwaj, TGR, Ruchishnu Sai, Ashrita, Kalyan Kumar, Manoj, Lalita, Lakshmi Devi, Nikhil Raj, Naveen, Ashwin, Sushma Sri. These are the 49 names that I could see on the front page. So very well played. And if you would like to know your individual scores, you can write it to me on my WhatsApp 8897384856. Okay.